Yo, what's going on, everybody? How are you? We're going to be live on here. Thank you to everyone here so far. Roro G, Mike Gini, Soretti. What's going on, Soretti? Barzalette, my neighborhood buddy over here. Don't come after me, all right? If you see me in the streets, we're gonna be on here till probably 5 to 8. At 8 o'clock, if you stay at on this channel, 52 Topics with Frank Fiordilino, we have about a 35-minute clip dropping on Paul Cornfed Schneider. Cornfed Bo. What's going on, Frank? I mean, there's a couple other things to talk about too.
Same old. What's going on with you? Everything good?
Everything's good. It's December 11th. It's the what is it? The 46th anniversary of the Lufthansa heist. It is the how many years ago? 19. This guy got kicked already. 46 for the Lufthansa heist. 34 years, I believe. 1990 would be 34 years when Gotti was arrested. Basically, his last day as a free man. That mugshot where he's got the big smile. Yeah, December 11th. A lot of things going on. A lot of things going on in New York. We're waiting for Luigi Mangione to be extradited from PA back to New York City limits. Frank, I think you still have the link. I don't know what happened. You got taken out real quick. Yeah, doubleheader, Roro. Aunt C, what's going on? Roro G again. David Price, what's up, man? How are you? Half day of the Jackal. Work day here in Australia, gents. Great day. Oh, that's what's up, man. What is it? 7:15 in the morning right there? You're waking up? Frank, what's up? What happened? You all right?
I'm back. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm sorry. I just
I
pressed
was just talking
something.
about December 11th, with Lufthansa heist, Gotti getting arrested, all the other stuff. You know, we were talking before, waiting for Mangione to be extradited to New York for the murder that he committed in the middle of Manhattan. Still can't believe it. It's a wild story. But,
Yeah, it's a crazy story.
And we got John Jr. on PBD. I was able to listen to half of that. Wasn't able to get through all of it. A lot of the same. I don't know. We'll talk about it as we go on. From what I heard, half of it. A lot of the same.
I got you. No, I got you. Yeah. Hi, everybody. I'm sorry about that. I just got. I pressed something, but happy holidays out there to everybody. Yeah, we're gonna cover that one case, Mangione, not Chuck Mangione, the jazz musician. We got Rex Henneman. We're talking about how you say that, Hellman.
Rex Heuermann.
Heuermann, the Gilgo guy.
You said that to me on the phone before. I thought you were talking about a wrestler, Rex Henneman. I'm like, who the fuck is that? Is that like Kurt Hennig or some shit? I thought I was hearing things.
No. And we're gonna talk about the Tola case, the one where the son orders the dad's hit in the Bronx. I don't know much about it. I watched a little documentary on it, and I was surprised that I seen a Vinny Bastiano. They tried to pin that on the Bonanno family somehow, but the prosecution was on it. They were like, "Nah, this ain't a mob thing. You know, this is
a
little bit too up and personal."
Yeah, the last I heard about it, I think Sakali was talking about it. He was saying, "Oh, if Vinny was out, it would have never happened." This and that. It's a horrible story. It's a real fucking slime bag of a fucking story. And I remember it happening. His house is literally like 5 minutes from me. You know, right over the bridge, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, now I got you. I was supposed to get a guest. Hopefully, he'll pop up. But other than that, yeah, the other case was that CEO case. You know, I was getting into that a little bit with that kid Luigi Mangione.
Yeah, Brian Thompson. Yeah, what did he say? Brian Thompson. Yep.
And I think it's going to be pretty difficult, freaking prosecuting that kid. I mean, it's not as easy. It's not going to be. I know it's open and shut. It seems like, but a lot of people, they don't like the medical industry, you know. So who knows? With the right lawyer and the right spin to it, and the right jury selection, this kid might have a shot. Unfortunately, you know, I'm not condoning what he did. You know, I mean, that's not how you handle business in this country. But you have a lot of people not. You know, you got a lot of people who really don't care about what happened. You know, I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah, there is a lot of people that really don't care about what happened. There's a lot of people trying to make like a hero out of this kid. The only thing I'll say to that is that we have this, and this show is not going to turn into this. If you guys want to talk about it someday, we will. But we have something in this country where people want to look at CEOs and healthcare companies, and I'm not trying to pull Sammy the Bull, Michael Francis, the government is the mafia thing, but the government is so in bed with these people that you have to look at them as like almost like an entity as one. Let's put it that way. All right. So yes, these CEOs might be evil, but who enables this industry to happen? You know, who allows us to have pharmaceutical commercials on TV, which they don't have in other countries, and all of this other nastiness that goes on. It's all lobbyists, it's all government intervention. So whether this guy was a good guy, a bad guy, I really don't know. I don't advocate for murders, for assassinations. Luigi Mangione, he seems to be like I don't know. What do you make of this kid? Is he? I don't even know what his political philosophy really is. Kind of hypocritical. I mean, I don't know if he hates healthcare. He seems people are making comparisons to like a Ted Kaczynski. He's not a Ted Kaczynski. He could only wish to be a Ted Kaczynski.
Right.
He's like a bootleg Ted, as I would say. And
Unabomber. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bootleg Ted, and I think he probably loved technology way too much to even be on that level of a Ted Kaczynski.
Gotcha.
But I don't know.
Yeah,
like I said, I don't know.
There's a lot of big cases coming up. That and then we'll talk about the guilt. Our guest is here. If you want to beam him up.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you right now.
Sure, and always a pleasure as well.
We say hello, Farmer Bo. What's going on? Joe Puzzles. What's going on? David Price down in Florida. What's going on? Omar. What's going on? Hey. Mike Yini. What's going on? Yeah, the Rex Heuermann. I mean, the last I heard on Heuermann was that I don't know. I think it could happen as early as December. They could be in court, but I really haven't heard much about it. Obviously, it's an exciting one. It's an exciting one.
It is. I'm surprised it took that long. I was wondering, did he plea out or something? Because I haven't been following it. And no, he's sticking to his guns. He says he got nothing to do with it, you know.
Yeah,
but the evidence looks pretty overwhelming here, you know, especially the green avalanche that he drove and somebody had witnessed, and then he had it in a storage somewhere in South Carolina.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of besides that, there's a belt involved. You know, we could go on forever, but
it goes pretty deep. Yeah. Jeff Nadu, the sit down. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on? How you guys doing?
Good.
Hey, what's up, Jeff? What's up? I'm between two journalists. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
what's up,
journalist? Yes.
I'm just half a journalist.
No, that's not true. You guys are very good at what you do at night. There's a difference between guys who do content, especially like on the mob or even New York stuff or whatever. You guys are really true historians, and you follow. And it's a pleasure to be here with you guys.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, Frank. I always say, there's a lot of interesting people in this world, but I've always found Frank to be a real interesting Detroit guy, and I'm glad you guys are doing a show. I think that you guys have got a great pairing, and
thank you.
You know,
Thank you.
I know in my own life, I don't have the ability to work with anybody. I guess I always just want to be the number one center of attention, but you guys compliment each other well, so I'm glad to see you're doing stuff.
Thank you. It means a lot. It means a lot. Definitely.
Yeah, thank you.
And you are really at the top of your game and what you do, and you know, I'm just gonna say what it is, you know. And one time I remember you actually said, you know, these mob guys don't know as much as me or an RJ and all. Well, I kind of felt a little, you know, I don't know.
Here's why I said that. I didn't mean that in terms of the mob.
No, I know. I think you're right, though. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I think you're absolutely right.
Like I think in terms like if you're a guy that was in the life and you want to do a show like this, I think it's important that you have someone like me or Brett or RJ or like, again, whether you like me or not, I've built multiple brands on multiple platforms. And I think doing content is easy. It's getting people to watch it and listen to it. That's the hard thing. So I think you need to pair yourself with someone that can get views on YouTube and can create thumbnails and titles and, you know, stuff like that.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Everybody thinks it's easier what you guys do, both you, Brett, RJ. There's others, you know, but no, it's not. You know, it's like saying we had a guy on, Johnny Deal, who was a victim of the Son of Sam. Just because he was a victim, does that mean he knows about the Son of Sam?
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
And then you got a guy like what's his name? Your friend Matthew, who follows the Son of Sam.
Oh, Manny, yeah. No,
Manny.
yeah, he knows. Like, yeah, no.
This guy knows what the Son of Sam ate the day he went to do his killings. You know, so I'm just saying, yeah. You're really good at what you do.
Well, I think I remember Jeff saying. I mean, that's because a lot of the guys they get like they start feeling a certain way about, these guys talk about like they were there. Oh, but I was there, or they start talking like they just like to talk down on people because they were in a certain lifestyle or whatever it may be.
The truth of the matter is, though, if you look at the 3 successful people that were in that life that are on YouTube, okay, Michael Franzese has a great team around him. Okay,
right.
Sammy at his height had James Carroll around him. Okay, RJ and Michael, they have 1,000 people paying them on Patreon. That's success. And you both work 50-50. You're gonna have something great. Like for you with you guys, like you hit 1,000 or 2,000 quick. Like that's not easy to do, man. So
yeah, I mean, so I was telling Frank, like when we started this, I was like, we'll get there. Like, we have to like look at it based on not MobTube, not Mob John. We have to like look at YouTube as a whole.
Yeah.
Like what we're doing now, if we average this out against what everyone else is doing, like we're doing pretty good, man. Like we're doing.
And people like this commenter right here, Joe Puzzles, he's like a great researcher. Yeah, like he does a great job with like finding wiretaps and definitely a good guy.
Yeah, there's researchers and there's journalists and there's commentators and there's ones that do a little bit of both. You're that guy, so is Brett. You got to have personality too. I'm not saying Joe Puzzles don't. I'm just saying it's a little bit of everything. You know what I mean?
Right. Sure.
You got to know how the street works too, and you guys do. But back to what do you think of the CEO case, Jeff?
Well, I did a show on this the other day. This is fascinating, man, because on one hand, I think it takes a certain level of a person to walk up to somebody and shoot them, right? It's not something most people can do. That said, I think if they didn't find him with a gun, a fake ID, and the silencer, I don't see how they would ever convict the kid for it. Putting a mask on and walking down the street in New York, it'd be hard to. I just think he was super intellectual, but he had no street smarts. Like he didn't have the ability to like get rid of the stuff, and it almost seemed like he wanted to get caught. And then you read his manifesto, and you read that he had really bad injuries and back problems, and he railed against capitalism and all that sort of thing. And look, as you guys know, like if you're gonna go do a hit, which again, in 2024, I mean, what does that even mean exactly? Like,
no, exactly.
There aren't hitmen left, really. And at the end of the day, like, you don't go to a Starbucks beforehand. Like little things he did showed that, like, he thought about it a little, but he didn't really think about it. And
right.
I think I mentioned this on my show. It reminded me a lot of the Anthony Camello Frank Cali hit. It seemed like a bit of a guy who, if you watch him yesterday, it seems like he's trying to plant this insanity defense that, he's crazy. In the last 6 months, he's been, isolated from his family. He got, kind of descended into this weird way of thinking. And, look, is he a QAnon supporter like that guy? No, but it wouldn't surprise me if he pushes that he was insane. That's why he did it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to nail it down as far as his ideologies go. Is he anti-capitalist? Is he like a leftist? But then I think he quoted Kaczynski somewhere as far as like when Kaczynski would talk about giving people drugs to take away their pain and some of that stuff. But
Vincent, one thing I will say on that thing, like I always hate when people are like, well, he supported Ted Kaczynski. Listen, I find al-Baghdadi interesting. Doesn't mean
right.
I think in what we do, like we go through some pretty depraved shit. If somebody read my fucking book history, they would be like, "Yikes!" I mean, I've watched some weird shit, but
what I was going to say on that though is Ted Kaczynski. If this kid's like a leftist, Ted Kaczynski's not a leftist. Ted Kaczynski hates leftists, hates liberals with a passion. I mean, he explicitly talked about it.
I
So
think
don't know.
he hated insurance companies. That's what I think.
Yeah. I think it was just that, and he took influence and inspiration from wherever. My only thing is, though, when they see him in McDonald's, I'm sorry, but the photos that are coming out of McDonald's looks nothing like what we see.
None of the
how did this woman pick him out? How did she, or whoever it was in McDonald's, say that's the guy? To me, it doesn't look anything like the.
Well, none of the camera footage looks like him either.
Like yeah, somebody showed me this thing where he didn't have like the unibrow that he has in one of them. I don't know.
But, yeah, Jeff brought something up back to freaking like this day and age having to do with crime like that. Did you see how many cameras followed him up to the point from where he actually shot him to riding a bike to all the way up to the freaking the bus station? You know what I mean? They fucking had cameras everywhere.
But there are periods of time where they don't have him on camera.
Okay, there's blind spots. Okay,
it would be very hard to prove. Like again, if they didn't have the gun, the ID, and the silencer, it would be very hard to prove that he did that. Because again, here's one thing I will say about doing murders today, and I think you would agree: if you wear a mask, gloves, and don't touch anything and don't have a cell phone, it's pretty hard to put you somewhere. And this is why I've always said this Koberger with this Idaho 4. I think to make a strong case, he will get off in that.
You've been saying that for a while.
Yeah. Because again, when you look at Mo's hits, there's cell phone record, you can place them there. There's audio, video recordings. Even if you get someone on video, do you see their face? How can you prove beyond a reasonable doubt that is him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another case that's ready to go to trial too. That Idaho 4,
just got moved to Boise.
It's in. I'll tell you, it's in Moscow. Oh, they moved it to Boise.
They moved it from Boise.
Yes. They felt that he doesn't have a shot, whatever. But you know what gets me about that case is how can you kill 4 people with a knife? You know how hard that is?
Yeah. I mean, you could.
And it's very fucking hard, man. Let me tell you.
And it happened in 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about a case in the 1982 case we're going to be talking about where this guy kills 4 people with a gun, and it would have been 5, but 1 gets away. 3 notice something going on, and he does it on the spot. And he gets away with it. Okay, it's 1982, no cameras, whatever, but he did it with a gun. This is a guy with a knife. I mean, how does he get away with that?
Even he fucked up, Frank. When we'll talk about it when we cover it, but this is a guy who had 2 names. He had his original birth name, and he was going by another name. He rents out a spot in the parking lot under his old name. So So
that was some case, and we're going to
call it in 82. Yeah.
And we're also called to believe that he did it in 8 minutes. He did it to 4 people. He's likely never killed anyone before. He managed to then leave 2 living roommates.
Right, that's the weirdest part. Yeah,
and again, through all this, there is nobody that puts him there.
Yeah, it's a crazy case. I can't wait I'm getting my popcorn ready for that one.
I mean, you knocked the house down, by the way, too, right?
Yeah, really, it's gone, huh?
Yeah,
the house they knocked it down. Okay, yeah, well,
there's like fucking blood coming out of the foundation of that house.
That's a great point as well. Do you mean to tell me? And this is why this is very difficult. The living roommates. How can you put them on the stand? Okay, first of all, they could have been drunk or high, both possibly. And you mean to tell me that much blood? You would smell it. It would smell like
it's like the iron. That's blood.
Yeah, that iron smell. Like, come on.
Yes.
You were getting butchered in a room. You just go to sleep. Like that's.
Right. And this was like a non-party house,
I don't
right?
want to get into that, but yeah, you'll smell that. But that's neither here nor there. But let me say hi to some people on that note. What's up, Paulie? Dave Price, BX, Roe. If I miss some people, what's going on? But yeah, Jeff, that's a great point. You smell that.
In terms of the Mangione, I think with him, he left way too many clues. And I think, like I said, I think he's going to sell the whole that he's insane type of thing. Because look, most people don't act the way he did, like walking in the court like that. He's trying to like espouse these crazy like
Right.
slogans and shit, writing stuff on bullets. Hitmen don't do that. You know?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Now, let me ask you something. Does he walk? Do you think he's going to find a
No.
sympathetic
No.
jury? Is it open and
I don't think he'll ever
shut?
I think he'll be in a facility his whole life, just like
Yeah.
Camelo.
Okay.
Did the
Yeah,
kill-
he'll hang out with Camelo. That you're right.
Camelo, not the basketball player. But
No,
anyhow,
the Comelo. Sorry.
Not Carmelo.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
That's another Italian, Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah. He's Italian. Yeah, but back to that fucking like that case. I don't know. I mean, this is the same country who let Casey Anthony off. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know.
but you have to wonder. My thought is the federal government will pick this case up because
Why are we talking about that? Would you think
Well, that's
so?
what we were talking about. I was like, this guy travels across state lines to whack a CEO.
But that
I
would
would imagine. I'm just waiting to see what's going on with that. Yeah,
but
we were just
possessing
talking
a
about that.
silencer is a federal offense.
Yeah, printing. What did he 3D print it too?
And in commission of a felony or in commission of a crime, if you use a silencer, that's what Fed can get you knocked up on. Throw in the fact it's Southern District. They love
Southern District, New York. Yep.
Yeah, they'll pick it up. And I did a TikTok yesterday on he might be in the same thing as Diddy at some point because he's high profile. He comes from money. They'll throw him in 4 North with all those other high profile people.
Oh, Diddy's in MCC?
No,
Yeah,
DC.
MCC's closed.
MCC's finished. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know. Well, so they
After Epstein, they closed that shit.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I did not know that. But I had no
But it
plans
was
of
bad.
finding
I
out
mean,
either.
it was fucking really bad. You see the
If
picture.
I'm him, he better hope that the Feds pick it up because they'll put him in Rikers. If not,
I was thinking the same thing. Wow, you're reading my mind. He doesn't want to be in Rikers. Not that he's going to go in population, but regardless, because he's a high profile case. But still,
Frank, you would agree the kid will do well in prison, though, wouldn't he? They're not going to. He's like a hero, probably.
He might be a hero.
yeah,
Regardless.
it's not like no, exactly. Like Diddy without money would be fucking violated. You know what I mean? But Diddy's got money. Unfortunately, he's going to be protected.
Well,
but
it is weird.
Yeah, he didn't do nothing bad against kids. He killed a CEO. They didn't like him.
Sure. It is weird though. I noticed, and living in Pennsylvania, this guy's going to be extradited within 30 days at most, right? What I noticed is the county that he was arrested in, Blair County. It's in Altoona. It's about 2 hours from me. Blair County has a jail. He was not put in Blair County. They sent him to Huntington, which is a state correctional institution, which is very weird. I've never seen that before. That Huntington is where you would go if you get like 3 to 6 or 5 to 10.
Yeah.
Like he's just being held. Why was he moved to a state prison facility? I didn't understand.
He got good security. Good.
Yeah, how's the prison? Is that like a tiny town? Did they not feel?
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't even want to take it on. You never know. They might be like, "Yo, get this guy out of here."
They put
they
the
want to get rid
Moscow
of him
guy.
as quick as possible.
They put the Moscow killer in county.
That's Idaho, though. It's a different freaking. It's Moscow's small. I've actually been there, Jeff. Believe it or not, Pullman's right across the border, Washington State.
Yeah.
I've been there. It's a tiny fucking town. Tiny. What's up, Carmine? How are you, Carmine? Sean, how are you?
So that'll be
Eric.
interesting. I mean, yeah, he'll probably just get. Yeah, he'll go in a facility.
What a way to fuck your life up, though. I mean, yes,
it is absolutely.
Good-looking guy, intelligent. It comes from money. Has a. But then again, you look at these cases. It always seems like these people that come from money, they, for whatever reason, want to do stuff like this.
They know how to fuck it up, right? Yep. I mean, you get that now and then, don't you?
Like his parents are like rich, like they're probably worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Like it's
maybe not as rich, but how about the Zatola kid? We were talking about that before. What the fuck goes through that kid's mind?
Well, he wanted to. My guess is his father was rich. He just didn't want to wait for his father to die, so he had him killed.
Crazy, bro.
Side, man, I don't know. I mean, that's very rare in the mob. It's crazy.
It was at the house first, and then the McDonald's, right?
Oh, they tried killing him a few times. They tried killing the brother too at one point.
Yeah, they did. They tried like 7 attempts. No kidding.
There's a famous photo of a gunman chasing the brother around a car, and he it's a wild photo.
Yeah. Yeah. And what
Yeah,
was that? Did they try to hire? What was that? Who did they try to hire to do that? Bloods.
the Bloods. Yeah, they
Right.
hired the
Yeah,
Bloods.
they
That's
tried to
actually
do that. They tried to do the same thing over here about 8 years ago. It didn't work out for those guys either.
I remember when they tried. I remember when it first happened. They said it was Albanians that did it.
Yeah.
Wow, crazy. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you for the donation.
Ryan Brown, thank you. $4.99. I remember when Frank Cali got killed. Gene guy just released from prison. The government really thought. Well, that was the news. I don't know.
That was
the
pathetic.
news was
I
definitely
remember
pushing it.
Yeah, I remember they did that. That was pathetic.
That was pretty bad. Yeah, they had the picture of him at his door with the door open, looking. Like, oh.
Right. Yeah, that was pathetic.
And these are supposed to be freaking big outlets, freaking newspaper companies, and you guys wouldn't make a freaking novice mistake like that. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. You guys are good at what you do.
Well, these, I will say, and Junior Gotti was right on this. He said that on that 60 Minutes interview that anytime, and even in this genre, if you put the name Gotti in your title, I mean, you're going to get 10, 20% more views than you normally would. So
yeah,
that's just lazy reporting, like putting murders on someone that like they weren't even, I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, they did the same. Yeah.
Well, we got a murder conspiracy brewing on YouTube if you guys didn't notice. So
I did a show on this last night.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Which one?
With the one we were just talking about.
Oh God,
Monday.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, you believe that?
I mean, come on, man. I mean, listen, I've had my fair history with Dominic. I mean, I had him. I was the first person to interview him. I helped him with his channel. We tried to do a Patreon, but come on, Dominic. I mean, I get Michael's probably not the smartest guy in the world, but what does he think? Like, first of all, Brett, I mean, you and I are not mob guys, but Frank, you are. If someone was going to kill you, do you think the feds are really come to you and say, hey, Michael Mancuso and John Sprito are actively trying to kill you right now? They would just be like, no. We have a credible threat in your life.
Yeah.
We just want you to know. You know,
they only off the I'll tell you when they do shit like that. I'll tell you, not in this case at all. First of all, they're not going to tell you where it's coming from. They'll do it when they want you to flip. Like, let's say if they want to side the tally to flip, they'll go to them and say, hey, look, Joe Messino got a fucked and hit on you. We want you to know this. And, so they could flip. That's when they do it. But
see, the problem with Dominic is he already flipped.
Yeah. There's no reason. Yeah, exactly. They're not going to tell him that, and they're definitely not going to tell him. I'll put money on this too. I don't give a shit. They're definitely not going to tell him. An indictment's coming up with names.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, that's the crazy part about it. The indictment's coming down, people. Bye, Mikey. I mean, what the fuck? What is that?
No, hold on.
What is that?
It's Michael Washwoman.
Oh, Washwoman. Yeah. That's great.
And also, how would that even work? Like, would Michael call John Sprito, his underboss prison? Hey, John.
Yeah.
I know I'm in federal prison, but hey, go kill Dominic, like over a prison phone. Like that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's like turning a Beatles record upside down. What is it? Backwards and getting a message. Dominic, I mean, no, bro, no. I listen. If they're gonna write an indictment on, they're not gonna tell you what the indictment's about and who's involved and what. That's just. I don't know. I think maybe he's getting a little paranoid. You know what I mean?
Well, he did this about 6 months ago. He said this was happening, and nothing ever came of it. But then he went on another podcast and said that it didn't happen. So, like, I don't know. Who the hell knows?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, there's another content creator that's been talking about this banana war that's been brewing for 2 years, and you get this. This is what it breeds. YouTube breeds a lot of this, and unfortunately, you guys don't bring that, and that's good.
Well, I got to kick out of Dominic. He's talking about Michael and John and all these guys, and then goes, Scott and Jeff, you guys make stuff up about guys in the street. Right. That's not right. And it's just like, dude, do you listen to yourself speak at all? Like,
yeah, I was just gonna say he was going at that other guy you were talking about, Frank. So it's like, hey, how about those drones in New Jersey, by the way? You guys up on that?
I got a real problem with this, by the way.
You guys up on that?
Yeah, because this goofy, idiotic government will try to tell us that TikTok is a national security risk. And we need to ban it because, China is learning all of our secrets. Yet this is not the first time we've seen balloons. We've seen fucking drones over the East Coast, the most important area of this country. Let's just be honest. New York, Washington, Boston, Philadelphia. I mean, and why the fuck are we shooting them down? What the fuck's going on here?
Well, now the last I heard, there's like 50 of them. I heard some conspiracy that they came in from Iran. I don't know how true that is.
I'm sure it's true.
But then now they're saying, yeah, they came in from the ocean. But this has been going on for weeks. I've been hearing about this shit.
Well, this happened like a year ago. Remember, they were flying over like government targets and like Montana and shit.
What the fuck's going on? Then we had the Chinese balloon that one year.
That's
Whatever
what
the
I'm
hell
talking
that was.
about. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's what it. I don't know, dude.
You know what's going on? A lot of average normal people are getting a lot of access to stuff that government used to get access to, like drones and stuff. And those things, they've been known to, take people out. I don't understand why they're not taking it seriously, shooting them down like Nadu was saying. I mean, what's the end result here?
It's insane.
I don't know. I don't know what we're waiting for, but
yeah, no, that's a good point.
I think a lot of people are looking forward to a month or so from now when. Not that I think something's gonna happen then, but I'm sure that person will take charge here a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
It's crazy. What do you think of that Gilgo sounds like another word, but that serial killer.
What's his name, Frank? Say his name again. What was that?
Heuermann.
Rex Heuermann.
Yeah, it sounds like a guy, a seltzer water back in the day in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Heuermann seltzer water. What do you think of that, Jeff?
Yeah, I think he's cooked. I mean, I don't. There are so many cases anymore to keep up to. I try to pick just a few and know as much about them as I can. It's funny, guys. I'm working on a show right now, and I don't know how good it will do. But I'm doing a show on a question I get asked all the time is, was the Amish mafia real?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
And while it isn't real, there is no organized crime group that oversees Amish aid. I'm going over 3 situations in history when the Amish community had some facet of organized crime connected to it. So,
really?
Yeah. I'm going to talk about this beard cutting thing that happened in Ohio. And it was this. Yeah, I'm just going to talk about the Amish and kind of more about. They did some drug deals in where I live years ago, and
that was the one in Philadelphia, right?
Well, this was in the county I live in.
Okay, I got you.
That was the Whoopie Pie connection, they called it.
What people fail to understand is if anybody knows anything about crime and the Amish, and they put them together, is definitely Nadu.
Well, yeah, and the thing is, this happened in the late '90s. It was these 2 brothers were running hoedowns for like Rumspringa, which is Rumspringa is the time where they get to see if they want to be Amish. And they were these big parties they'd have out in the woods. And these Amish kids were working with the pagans and buying narcotics off them, cocaine, stuff like that, and selling. And it became a federal case.
Yeah, and, I'm familiar with it. I don't know the specifics, but I'm familiar with the case with the Rumspringa. They went out they never came back, and they got hooked up with all these bikers, and it's kind of fascinating actually. It'd make a great movie, that. Anthony Tyrese, what's up, brother?
Yeah, but Heuermann's finished. They got 6 bodies on him. Seems like he doesn't want to admit to anything. If you guys want to see 90 minutes of evidence collection filmed outside his house the day you
went there, didn't you?
Yeah, the day after he got arrested. Yeah, I hung out there for an hour and a half. I filmed a bunch of shit. Pretty surreal watching them take all that stuff out of there. Yeah, but he's finished, man. I mean, the oldest one that they connect him to right now is 1993. That was the one that bugged everybody out when they came out. It wasn't like a superseding indictment. It was a bail package, they referred to it out, Suffolk County. And that was what came out a few months back, which added 2 more homicides. But the one that was crazy was Sandra Costilla all the way out in the Hamptons almost in 1993. So,
that's a long fucking time. I still remember this was probably about 5 years ago. My sister's in the wedding business, and I remember where I live, it was a big national case. There was a DJ around here. It's called DJ Freeze. He was like a huge wedding DJ, club DJ. He was arrested on murder charges. And they connected him to a cold case back in like 95. He was like 19 years old, and he's doing life in state prison now. He was like huge at one point out here. Yeah, those cold cases, man, murder doesn't have a statute of limitations. They're always gonna look into it. They're always gonna pursue it. And Heuermann is a similar example.
Not exempt from that. Yeah.
If you guys ever want to, if you guys read that bail package that they put out a few months back, you'll see all his internet search history. And it's pretty fucking bizarre, dude. It's easy to find all the stuff that he was looking up. You could also come to the conclusion that it's possible he was murdering and torturing this woman in his home at one point. Or maybe they said that he had this weird kind of safe room inside his home. So they were thinking that maybe he was doing like these torture rituals.
Right.
Yeah, really fucking wild stuff, man.
Crazy. And one last thing before we let everybody go. What did you think about the Junior interview today on Bet David?
Yeah, I'm doing a live at 9:30 about it.
And we'll be there, definitely. I'll be there for sure. 9:30, you said you're going to do something on that.
Yeah, I will say just kind of quickly, I thought it was really good. I mean, I always say I think Junior's a really interesting guy. I think he is a very intelligent guy. I think he did some things though in the interview that I thought were wild. But listen, I don't think he should have read a certain document on the interview, if you know what I mean.
Right.
But yeah, I think at any rate, I still think Junior's a smart guy, and it's a lot of love affair with Senior. I mean, that's always how it is.
Yeah,
I got that. Hey, Common Sense, how are you? Yeah. How about calling Sammy a nobody? What do you think of that?
I also never knew that. I mean, and this could not be true, but did you ever hear that story, Frank? That I mean, I always knew like the bull thing was probably bullshit as to how he got the name, but
yeah.
You think it really has anything to do with that he was from Bull's Head, Staten Island? That would be
what he said.
No, I thought it was. He said when he was a kid, they tried to steal his bike, and
that's what he says. But Junior says that they used to call him Sammy from Bull, but it turned into Sammy the Bull.
He became Sammy Fangool.
Yeah, he says earlier, and I listened to half of it, but he says Sammy was a nobody, this and that, which I don't believe. But then later on, he's like, Sammy was who he was. He had his crew. So what is it? Is he a nobody, or was who he was?
That's his opinion. But Sammy was far from big. Sammy was a. By the time he got made, Sammy had 14 bodies, maybe.
Sammy Fazul.
Sammy
get made 77, 8.
Yeah, no, Sammy is what he was, and he's also fucking who he is today. And like him or not, we know about that. But he calls a certain content creator a coke head jockey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I didn't see that one.
I wonder who that is. You know what I mean?
Well, I think we can all guess who that is.
It's not Chicky, right? I don't think Chicky ever rode a horse.
Oh my god.
Maybe it's Dominic.
We'll eliminate.
Maybe it's Dominic.
Maybe it's Dominic. Okay, that's about it. I mean, I have nothing. I do give him a little credit. He respected John A-Light's personal life.
Yes.
When it came to his daughter, and I will definitely give him a lot of credit for that. And it takes a real man sometimes to let shit go when other shit is more fucking important in somebody else's life, even though you don't like them. So that was very honorable of him.
I also thought the part with when he talked about Roy Cohen, I thought that was pretty interesting.
I didn't see the whole thing. Me either. What did he say?
He said that Roy Cohen essentially was the head of like this velvet mafia, he called it.
Okay.
Where they just they essentially blackmailed powerful, which that went back to like the J. Edgar Hoover days, but there were a lot of powerful people in the New York underworld, and being gay was obviously a big problem back then, and Roy Cohen would use that to get people off, high profile people off, and that's how John obviously got the 3-year sentence in that McBratney thing. But remember, John took a plea in that, and it's like, well, I thought they didn't take.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're not supposed to. Yeah, we know.
Cohen was an MFer, if you will, but he was also one of the best lawyers, and so was the other two brothers, the Krieger brothers.
Sure.
Yeah,
they were also.
Thank you. €2. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate
I have a friend of mine that I still talk to, an older guy that went to school with them. I might have him on one day. He's from Massachusetts, and he went to school with both brothers, but they were really, really intelligent.
What was he saying about the Gotti movie? It was supposed to be, we were supposed to see Bobby Boyello, my dad, at the hit or something. Did he say that?
Yeah. Yeah, he
He
did.
did, right? Yeah.
Should never talk about that movie.
Yeah, so you know what's funny about that? So I know Kevin Connolly pretty well. The guy that directed that, he was in Entourage. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
And he actually told me that like that movie, he said it's my biggest failure because they have my name on it, but like I had literally no control over anything. Like he said it was very difficult to work on, but I don't know. I don't know who's writing that whole thing. All we know is the show sucked or the movie sucked.
Yeah.
It
Guys,
was really bad. It was a bad movie. It was really awful, actually. But when they came out with the first original cast, I thought it was going to be good. They had a lot of people. Joe Pesci they made him gain 50 pounds, and he actually sued the producer because he was supposed to play. I think it was Ruggiero, if I'm sure. I could be stay corrected on that one.
Real quick, what do you guys think of a Sammy's TV show?
I'm excited to watch it.
So am I. The people involved with it are great. And Fuqua and Terrence Winter are really good. So.
We were saying the other day, I was asking Frank, I said, Frank, I don't look at Sammy as a guy who would let these people take too much artistic license. I think
I don't agree. I don't think he'll even be involved that much. I think,
but you think if they're going to start making shit up, like he'll be like, no, Bo, that ain't how it happened, Bo. You can't do that.
I don't think Winter would let that happen. He's pretty. I mean, he did Boardwalk Empire, which is pretty realistic. And I'm sure they'll have people to kind of counteract certain things. Look, do I think it'll be a hit piece against Sammy? Absolutely not. But who's going to play Sammy is the question.
That's a good question. Who is
going to be a big actor? I wonder who it is.
Who could play Sammy?
I don't know. Fucking Gilbert Godfrey died, right?
We'll get Zac Efron to play Sammy.
Got to be somebody.
Gilbert Godfrey died, so it can't be him.
It's got to be somebody short and like squat.
What's that one? That crazy kid been going around in Mob 2. What's his name?
What about how about Peter Dinklage?
Oh yeah, the small person.
How about Warwick Davis? Fucking Willow. We'll get him back.
The Ewok.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Danny DeVito in a wig.
Yeah.
I think a younger actor. What who I hope they don't get anyone goofy like that goofy Witness to the Mob film. Just terrible.
Oh, Nick Totoro that does baseball commercials now.
No, you laugh, but I really think like what I said before. I wasn't joking. I believe like a Zac Efron. You guys might laugh, but I really think he could play like a Sam. He's kind of shorter. I think you could kind of form him into a Sammy. I mean, if you guys disagree, I think so. Look at him in the fucking Ted Bundy thing. I mean, I think he has the ability to play a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix would be a good Sammy, believe it or not, if they gained weight.
Yeah, but he's too old though.
Johnny Depp?
No, he's definitely too old. But a Joaquin Phoenix would be perfect.
But how?
You gotta see Sammy's
could this be a Sammy? Come on, could that be? That could be a Sammy. Come on.
Yeah, I could see that. Is Johnny Depp too old though? I mean, Sammy's. No,
I'm not talking about. Oh, if he talks about who would play the younger Sammy,
I'm saying the younger one. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it'd be a young actor. I don't know that many, but maybe Efron. I could see that.
Yeah.
High School Musical, Bo. One of my favorite shows, Bo.
Kevin Hart.
Guys, in 3 minutes, there's another video dropping on this channel. If you guys could follow us over there, it's going to be on Corn Fed.
Real quick, did you think Corn Fed was actually inducted Sammy into the life of the Aryan Brotherhood?
It's funny. I did a video on Corn Fed and that dog thing that put him in prison. But
No,
I don't. I don't think that. And Sammy negates to tell everybody that Corn Fed was also in WITSEC at the time.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. Of course, and the paintings we talk about that Sammy puts out.
I couldn't believe it. I was fucking dying when you told me that.
Yeah, that's like shit.
Oh God, William DeMeo is getting the Sammy role. Is that true?
Get the fuck no.
That guy fucking's cringe. Total cringe.
Max Casella could play Sammy. Benny Fazio, yeah, he could. Older Sammy.
William DeMeo. He already played Sammy. William DeMeo.
That's the kid that plays in the Soprano.
He's in Tulsa.
He would probably be good with lighter hair. He'd be good.
Yeah.
Tulsa King. You like that, Jeff? I watched both seasons.
Yeah, season 2 got better. Mara King sounds way better, though, I think.
I watched the first season of that. I'm a terrible show watcher, but I did start watching that.
Yeah, Mara Kingstown's awesome.
Jeff is a Gamora guy.
Gamora is the great. Yeah, it's best show ever made.
I gotta push through it. I started
Yeah,
it 3 episodes in.
Oh, Brett, you got to keep going, bro. It's
I know,
so
no.
fucking perfect,
I'm bad at
I
watching
like this
shows.
show better than the movie.
Yeah. I think it's the greatest thing I've ever watched.
Give us a couple of Napolitan dialect, Jeff. I've heard you speak it.
Oh, why you?
That's perfect. That's perfect.
You do that, and I'll do Jocko Amato. We'll have a good night.
Post.
Yeah, no, that's perfect.
Before
All right,
we go,
guys.
Jeff, are you up on Giacomo Amato?
Am I what?
Are you up on
He's
Giacomo Amato?
He's a new fake guy, Giacomo Amato. He was in the Bananas with everybody.
Oh, that guy. Stax interviewed him, no?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's infamous on Facebook. He's infamous.
What a surprise. Stax interviewed him. By the way,
Joe Mastino was a rat before he became a rat. He's a rat already.
I saw Stax in the interview today, and Joey's not Joey, Junior's interview. And he was saying that he no longer interviews rats. And someone's like, didn't you just interview Larry Mazza like a few months ago?
Yeah, no, Larry's okay, though. Larry's okay, though.
Yeah, drugs is cocaine is a terrible drug there.
But since when does he not interview informants? He's been doing that. That's like he's interviewed more than anyone, I think.
He had Bobby McNeese fucking on there. Remember the guy who was the biggest freaking jailhouse rat? Fucking jailhouse rat and talking about how Sammy didn't paint those pictures, Cornfed did. The guy Bobby McNeese is terrible. You know what I mean? And he's full of shit. That Stax guy, you know that.
I know you guys are gonna wrap up. Do you guys see Joey had a phone call with Drake? Did you?
I see that at Rayo's, right?
Wow. I don't know how he pulled that off.
Yeah. We're gonna get you on the show, motherfucker.
Drake knows who Joey is. Drake loves gangsters. You know
yeah.
Yeah. He went from playing a kid in a wheelchair to fucking kissing gangsters ass. I mean, what the fuck, man? All right. I mean, hey.
Hey guys, we're gonna have to shut this down. I'm sorry, that fucking premiere is already starting.
Let me get out of here.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
thank you. Catch you at 9:30. Catch
9:30. Sit down.
Yep. See you guys.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeff.
Guys, we're gonna have to close this out. Go stay on our channel right now. Believe it or not, there's a video premiering right now on our channel on Cornfed. So we're gonna end this right now, and I want 102 people to go to the other upload that's premiering right now on the channel, okay? We'll see you in 2 minutes over there. Actually, we'll see you in 2 seconds. I'm going to end the stream, all right, Frank?
Yep.
Go to the chat. We'll see you guys there.
Yeah, guys.